Hey y'all, it's your girl Rai Rozay, and you are now tuned in to the Miseducation of Gen Z podcast. Class is in session. Hey guys, welcome back to the Miseducation of Gen Z, and today's guest is my close friend. I've been friends with him for almost a decade, and I call him my brother. Please welcome Cody. Hi.
Thanks for having me.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well, typical New York life. Everything's all right. It could be better. It could always be better.
It can always be better, yeah.
But,
Can't complain.
Can't complain.
I think we're pretty blessed, obviously, in comparison to a lot of other people. So I try not to complain too much.
There's so much to complain about going on in New York City, but we're better off.
We're better off than a lot of other places and people. So yeah, I try not to complain too much. That's why I'm like, I can't complain. It's like people would kill to have our problems, I feel like.
Yeah, because some of them are minor. A lot of them are massive, but a lot more are minor.
Yeah.
I think a problem that we kind of have right now, but it's pretty minor. Mm-hmm. Voting. Like, did you go out and vote?
I sure did.
So did I.
Hi, Mom, Daddy. Hi.
Good win for the brown folk. Good win for the brown folk.
Go on, Danny. Go on, Danny. Go on, Danny.
Sliwa, you're welcome to the cookout. Don't worry.
He's not. I don't even know who that is. But no, he's not.
It's the guy who, with every question.
Is he non-black?
Nah, he's not black.
All the non-blacks to the back. We don't play that. We don't play that. You're not invited. I don't care.
His interviews were comical, though, because it's like he never really threw shots at Mamdani, but it's like for every little question that they'd ask him, like, what would you do about, reform in New York City? He'd be like, well, in 87, I was shot by the mobsters in the back of a cab, but for
this was the old head?
Yes! This is the old guy that's always talking about...
I didn't learn everybody's names. I really didn't, but I was watching stuff, reading up on stuff, because I just didn't want to go in and vote for Mamdani just because he's not white and he's... I didn't want to do that. And because he's a Democrat, I didn't want to do that.
No.
But I went and planned my ballot. I read up on every person I voted for before I voted for them.
That's very self-conscious of you, because I know there's a lot of people in this day and age in the big 2025 with all the stuff that we've seen, they probably only voted for Mamdani because he's brown. But no, I would definitely urge people to, do some time, do your research before you just throw that ballot in there.
Yeah.
Because, that second term we gave old buddy, it's not justified by anything, but,
And people are so mad. They're so upset. People in New York are mad that he won. I mean, not in New York are mad.
Oh, Mamdani.
Yeah. Somebody was on live the other day talking about, where are my New York people? So I joined the live and I said, hey. And he was like, how y'all feeling about Mamdani winning? I said, I'm happy. I'm secure in that.
Pretty good,
Yeah. He was like, yeah, he ain't gonna do shit for y'all. First of all, you don't even live here.
Mind your business.
Florida. Right. Then he started going in about how Trump is this and Trump. I said, took my shit off like that. You know that meme where the guy takes off his headphones?
Or when she picks up the bags and she's leaving? No, for real. Because it's like everybody who don't live in New York always has the biggest fucking opinion about what's going on in here.
Like, shut the hell up.
Legitimately.
You from fucking Florida. You need to worry about your house sinking in every 5 seconds. That's what you need to worry about.
Or if you're pro-choice or pro-life.
Right.
Because you guys haven't seemed to figure that out yet.
Clock it. But, so I asked you on our questionnaire that I sent you about what song you feel like embodies what your life is giving right now, and you said, what did you say? Do you remember what you said?
Way Too Sexy. Drake featuring Future, one of the craziest duos ever. And I stand by it to this day too, I'm not changing. I really do think Way Too Sexy describes my life right now.
Explain why though.
It's a silly song, don't get me wrong, but at this grown age of 25, I feel like I'm way too sexy for a lot of the shit that these people got going on. And when I say these people, I mean strangers on the street, family, friends. A lot of the times when you get older, I feel like you have to prove to yourself that you're just bigger and above a lot of the nonsense you'll come in contact with. You'll think age and experience will show in an individual, and it's just not. That's not an eminent thing at all. So for somebody like me, I'm considered like a little social butterfly. I love friends. I love going out. I love going to places. She's shaking her head. I met her getting crazy in college with me. But
not too much. Not too much.
But after a while, it's like you got to leave some of that stuff behind. You have to be bigger than a lot of the things that people try to tie you into.
Yeah.
And that may be offensive. Some people may get offended by that. Some people may say that you're switching up and you're changing up. But it's like a part of protecting your peace is protecting the things that you ingest. And it's like you shouldn't be putting yourselves around vibes that aren't really you anymore and expecting you to be okay after. Like, I feel like a lot of people oftentimes put themselves in bad positions. You're not necessarily the problem, but it kind of stems from your poor decision making. You knew you didn't really want to do that. You didn't really want to go there, or you don't do those things anymore. Mm-hmm. But the peer pressure, and now look at you, you know?
Yeah. That was good. That was a really profound answer. I didn't even think you didn't even say all of that on the form. But I'm glad you said it all here.
I've been going through some things, y'all. I've been thinking. I feel like that's what I spend a lot of my time doing, and it's an underrated hobby. Thinking, because I'm telling you, these people
Lord.
not out here thinking. They not. Like, go sit on a bench by yourself, put your phone on D&D, turn the TikTok, turn the Instagrams off, and just think. Even if it's sad, even if it's not sad, just think, y'all. Like, you will
sitting with yourself.
Literally.
Yeah.
Being okay with yourself, finding your inner peace within yourself.
Yeah.
It'll suck at first, but it'll pay off in the long run.
Yeah. You mentioned earlier, like, sometimes you have to learn to, like, separate yourself from things and people, experiences. So essentially you're choosing yourself and you're 100%. Learning to do that. So what does choosing yourself look like for you? Like,
choosing myself is like, and what that necessarily looks like is you being around people like this can happen with family. You'd think it's just friends, but this could come from like the closest family that's known you for a long time. Mm-hmm. Knowing that you're like not okay with certain things or certain situations, and people just crossing in on that boundary because they know you're a good-spirited person and you're gonna allow that. An issue of mine that I had before addressing and like choosing myself is like allowing people to just step over my boundaries like they're not there and expecting to have self-respect at the end of the equation. That's never going to be the case. If nobody can respect your boundaries, if nobody can grow with you, and growing with you looks like a lot of things. Growing with you, maybe he doesn't do that anymore, but I found a new activity for us to do. Growing with you looks like, let's not go there with those people. Let's try something new that's more productive for us. People are threatened by that. People are threatened by growth in itself. But I put myself first by, and it is like a hard conversation, but like not letting friends or family pull me out of my element, regardless of if they can understand it or not. Because I don't move in purpose for other people. You do everything and anything for yourself. Mm-hmm. It does not have to make sense to everybody else, you know? Yeah. If it works for you and it don't work for them, guess what? It works for you, you know?
Yeah.
And I used to really care about what other people think. I would really stunt myself with a lot of my decisions and a lot of ways that I would move. And eventually I would realize I'm dragging my coat on the floor. I'm not moving with grace with myself. And I feel like the most important thing for like you as a person that's growing, that's learning, that's experiencing all these new things is that as long as you love yourself and you're putting yourself first, you're not letting anybody put down your self-worth or like stepping over your boundaries, you're gonna be alright. Life is about that constant travel of not knowing where it's gonna lead you to, but as long as you're living within love and living within grace and carrying yourself, it's not gonna take you anywhere where there's pain. I promise you that.
I like that a lot. Did you always know how to establish boundaries with people, or is that something that you just had to learn through trial and error?
No. You may think you have self-respect for yourself. You may think that you don't go for anything, but no. Boundaries are definitely something that I established going through a lot of experiences, because something as little as, of course, you're not going to let that man spit in your face on the train. That's apparent. Of course, you're not going to just go do drugs with people if you don't do drugs, but
right.
The friend that knows that you like that girl, but you haven't spoken to her yet because you're like real iffy on like how you approach people and stuff like that, and goes to talk to that girl. Or the friend that puts you in a position where they know you don't do too well, or puts you in a social area where you know like, hey, like I'm not at my most comfortable here, but it's at their discretion.
Right.
you don't want to be put in these positions because you'll slowly start to realize, like, I don't respect myself. And that's something that I had to come to terms with real soon as a black man in New York City, because it's like people will try you, people will definitely take it there with you, and people oftentimes only try you because they want to see how much you really love and respect yourself. They want to see what you'll really go for, because I promise you, that boundary crosser, that person that don't care about what you're saying, that person that is only living for themselves, they're going to see that they can step on you, and they're going to continue stepping and stepping and stepping and stepping and stepping until there's nothing left to step on, or until they're just done with you. And to come to a shocker, yeah, like I used to, like, I'm 25 now, but I want to say that I didn't really start putting myself till I was like 21, 22. You get around people, partners, like I've been in a relationship for a long time, and it'd be small stuff with my partner. You know I don't like that. But you know, it's not an end of the world thing, so you'll still take it there for your own self, but that's an invasion of a boundary, essentially. Right. That's not respect. That's the opposite of that, even if it's like over something small. So I personally feel like sticking to the bread and butter of what works for you. Like, what's the word that I'm looking for? It's not like standard, but it's more like the foundation that you build for yourself. If you know that you're building that for your own safety, don't ever compromise your safety. You can compromise your safety in many ways. That doesn't have to be physical. It can be emotionally and mentally. And the mentally compromising yourself oftentimes leaves the most scars, and it leaves the most damage, because you don't even realize you'll get into further scenarios and situations that you said, I'll never put myself in again. Yeah. And you just wind up in the same place.
Yeah. But I feel like sometimes it takes like that one situation to be enough of like a wake up call and be like, all right, I can't continue letting shit like this slide. I had to learn that with myself. Like, I'm just now learning what boundaries to set with people. Also, I'm in therapy, and my therapist has taught me that what I believe to be boundaries in the past are not boundaries, and they're rules. And I was like, well, what do you mean? And she's like, well, a rule is I tell this person, I tell you, you can't come in my house past this time, but I'm saying it to you thinking, that's a boundary I'm setting with you. That's not a boundary, though. True. A rule is external, something you're telling to someone else, and you're expecting them to respect that. Mm-hmm. A boundary is something within yourself that can only be broken. So you have to give yourself permission to break a boundary. No one can break your boundaries.
100%, especially if they're well-established boundaries.
Right.
And to piggyback on what I said off before, you'll be surprised who will be the person to try to cross your boundaries, past your boundaries, and you'll be surprised who you push that wall back for. And maybe he can't come to my house at 10 p.m. or I'm not going to pay for this date for her, but you meet somebody that you like, or you meet somebody that you're soft for, and now you just going for anything.
But I don't think it's always like you're breaking your boundaries. Sometimes I feel like there's exceptions to certain situations. So like, you can't come in my house at 10 p.m. because I live with women.
Okay.
But Coco, my homegirl Coco, can.
100%.
Because she's a female. So I think it just depends. There's exceptions with different things. But I think, like you said, having that foundation and standard put in place for yourself, knowing like what you're willing and not willing to accept, makes it a little bit easier. Because I don't think people realize what they're not willing to accept until it happens.
100%. And then you catch yourself in that situation where it's like, dang, how did I get here? I don't even know what to do.
Yeah.
That was my problem. I wouldn't realize how bad things were till it already hit the fan and you're in it.
Yeah.
And by the grace of God, of course, I was able to find my way out of certain situations. But no, like as you get older, you still do carry along the scars from situations that you didn't necessarily heal from, or situations where you know you could have just done so much more better and you didn't.
Yeah. A lot of situations where I probably should have established better boundaries with people, now that rolls over into how I move with pretty much everyone else in my life, because I'm like, yeah, this person fucked me up with the way they did that. So I promise you, no one's ever gonna get the chance to do that ever again. And someone's gonna be like, "Oh yeah," and they always gonna show you how they could get away with doing that shit. It's always that one person. And when you let people get away with crossing your rules or the boundaries, or you find yourself not upholding the boundaries you set for yourself, the person will always throw in your face why you should have never even let that happen. They'll be like, "Well, you said it was cool last time, and you said, well, this was okay before. Why you ain't say nothing before?" Well, I'm pretty sure you know in your mind that that's not okay. 100%. I shouldn't have to tell you that. Oh my God. We're grown. Like, I shouldn't have to tell you these things. But now I'm voicing these things to you, and it's a problem.
And it's like, it doesn't even come to mind for you to do because you respect people's boundaries. You just know not to do certain things to certain people.
Right. And then you and I are both very considerate people.
Like, I would say so.
We tend to consider people. I know that I consider a lot of people and how they feel and how they would react before I do a lot of things.
Given that benefit of the doubt every single time.
Yeah, but I don't always get that same, like, grace in return, and it's getting exhausting to be the considerate friend all the time. Also, because you know I'm the considerate friend, you see how much you could get away with knowing how considerate I am, or you try to see if you could get away with certain things. I don't like that.
Nuh-uh. And that's the diaspora between my like childhood friends and my now current adult friends, because when you meet another adult, you just kind of, if you are an adult, when you are having conversations with another adult, you just kind of know how to carry yourself. There's certain things you do say. There's certain things you don't say. Yeah. There's social cues that you just know by default to not take on. And it's like, boom, you get around somebody that knows you. You get around somebody that's closest to you. Yeah. And it's like their social cues go out the fucking window. I hate it. I do hate it because, like you said, you would consider us considerate people. At this age now, with the consideration that I give people, the second I see you kind of piercing into that boundary, or the second I see that you're taking it there, somewhere where I would never take it with you, now I'll never fucking talk to you ever again. Because it's like, I'm too grown. I'm genuinely too grown. And it's just too much. Like I said, I'm way too sexy for all of that. Way too sexy to carry on like that. You feel me?
I know that's right. So in the past, when you've chosen other people over yourself and like you've been more considerate of others and haven't been considerate of your own feelings, even if you know, like, hey, I know that this would make this person feel good, even though it doesn't make me feel good. How have you felt in the past with like dealing with like the aftermath of that?
I really like what you said towards there in the end, like doing something for somebody, even though it could possibly hurt me or it doesn't fully like help with me. It's just more or less for them. I've learned about equivalent exchange, and that was so hard because it's like, out of consideration, I'll do that sacrifice. I'll put myself on the chopping block for you. And then when it comes time for you now to be on the chopping block for me,
it's like, no one told you to do that. You didn't have to do that for me.
You're nowhere near to be found. Yeah. And that's like, for me, honestly, that's an immaturity thing because relationships are supposed to be entirely equal. Whether it's like, for me, emotionally, financially, it needs to be equal. So you should not be putting yourself in the negatives to make somebody happy. If that's like real love, you should be able to express to this person,
hey, I don't got it right now.
You know?
I can't do that.
You should never have to like turn yourself into two, split yourself down the middle for anybody, because that's not love. Don't get me wrong, it's showing your admiration to a person. It probably does make that person feel good knowing, wow, they spent their last on me to make me happy. But even as that other person, why are you letting that person do that? Why aren't you telling that other person, like, hey, that's not okay. Like, I need you to be able to take care of yourself. And that comes from loving yourself. Like, I've been in my relationship for a long time, and a lot of the stuff that I do is pretty pre-planned. I know, like, we got responsibilities, we got things. She'll mention to me, like, hey, I want to go see Doja Cat on Saturday. At this grown fucking age, I'm going to do some planning, and I'm going to make sure I put some money aside for us to see Doja Cat. Not so I can see Doja Cat and go home the next week and complain about how fucking broke I am.
Right.
But it's like, no, I'm a budget and I'm going to make sure we could do this to a level that's appropriate. Mm-hmm. Oftentimes, people just rush into anything because of love. Love really makes you do crazy things. Mm-hmm. Love doesn't make you think a beat. And it's like, a part of protecting yourself and a part of like building that sense of self-respect and stuff is also being careful what plants you water and how you water them, because yeah, you do love that person, but you're willing to tarnish your integrity for that person. That means to say you don't even love yourself. I could care less how much somebody can tell me that they love a girl. I could care how much you could show me what you did for somebody. If I know off the top of my head that you have no sense of self-respect for yourself, how the hell can you like concrete love somebody? It's just not possible.
Do you ever? Well, you're a man, so I don't know if it's common for you, but I know like me as a girl, and I just started doing this more. But girls will be like, "Oh, love you, bye," or like, "Oh, I love you." Like if you swipe up on like their story and shit, and I just be like, "Bitch, I don't know you." Like not for real. Like you cool. Facts. And don't think I'm some weird ass bitch that don't love her friends or female counterparts. No, I do, but I don't love easily. So I don't throw that phrase around so loosely. I'm not telling everybody I meet I love them just because. I know that for some people it's like a religion thing, like Christianity, like they say I love you to everybody, doesn't matter. I don't.
But the power of the tongue is powerful.
It's so powerful. I don't say that shit lightly. Like if I say I love you, I genuinely mean it. You're not gonna hear me say it until I actually mean it. Just because you said it to me doesn't mean I gotta say it to you. But I think a lot of people take that, like, they throw it around so loosely, but then when it comes time to show like how much they really love you,
they can't.
Yeah, they drop the ball. And I hope I don't sound super bitter saying this, but like there have been times where people claim they love me in a great amount and they show me otherwise. And so that's why I'm like, this is why I don't say it so lightly.
I don't think you're wrong for that, because the power of the tongue, like we said, is very powerful. Mm-hmm. And that doesn't just go for saying I love you. That just goes for anything. I hate a person that will say something out of like in the moment, like out of anger, and they'll come back and apologize later and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry.
I was just angry.
I didn't mean to say that to you."
I don't give a fuck, because I would have never did that to you. I would never say that to you. But I promise you this. If I say some shit to you, I mean it every fucking time. I don't care. I don't care. So if I don't say some shit to you, I'm really holding some shit back. But if I say it, I meant it. I don't care how mad I was. I don't care. My mom be like, "Oh, you were just upset. You didn't mean it." Yes, I did. I meant it.
And it's words too. Like people think just because you say sorry, it erases something. Like, yeah, you didn't punch me in my face, but you said something that now makes me think that you've been wanting to say that to me for a long time. Yeah. And if you've been wanting to say that to me for a long time, and you knew that it would hurt me like this, and it would get that type of reaction out of me, you might not really like me. You might not actually be my friend.
No. Not at all.
And I've had situations like that where I'm in the room with people that's always spreading love, showing love, tell you that they love you, but their actions show otherwise. Yeah. And that's just so disappointing, because it's like, you're taking the easy way out. How is it so easy for you to vocalize that you love somebody, but your actions can't be indicative of that? That's so lazy. That's why you should be careful with who you say that to, because I know I love you.
Right.
I know if you needed me to come somewhere with you, if you need me to be
and
there for you.
And you showed me that you love me. It's not even like you just say that. Like you've jumped in the car before I could even tell you where I was, for you to be like, "Dre, what fucking happened? Cody, it's okay. I'm here. I'm fine. You can turn around and you can go home. It's okay."
But like,
well, I'm already on the highway, so it's fine. But I don't need you to be proactively showing your love, but I need you to back up what you say. Like I need you to align with whatever it is that you're saying to me.
I need you to mean that shit. Please don't say nothing to me that you don't mean.
Yeah.
Because I'm very careful with how I speak to people. Just like how I said I'm very careful with the plants that I water. I'm not out here telling everybody I love them XYZ. That's why I can be there for you. That's why when I say it to you, I know that I mean it. I got the time for that love.
Right.
I'm not out here just spreading my love, because then it don't mean nothing.
Right.
You really water it down and you diminish like what's going on when you're just reckless with your actions and reckless with your words. I really that's really one of my peeves because I feel like that shows so much maturity when you do show like the power in your words and you do show that you're careful with the things that you say and you do show that let me not do that to this person because they would never do that to me. I have some friends that I know that I can't say this to them, but and this is like the part where like some people will say, oh well, you're just being sensitive, like sometimes people can't hear the truth. Yes, the truth hurts, but if you know that that person's sensitive, if you know that you're being a little harsh, if you like there's an appropriate way to say anything and everything to somebody. Yeah. Even love. There's an appropriate way to tell somebody, hey, I like you, but I'm not sure if I love you like that, or I like you to that point. I'm interested in you, but I don't know if my love is to the level of yours. Communication, College of Staten Island, corporate communications graduates, y'all. But it's like communications, I feel like that's the most important thing. Friendships and relationships. Come on, guys.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people know how to like effectively communicate. I feel like also people want to be liked so bad, or they don't want to like turn people off, that they don't know how to just be transparent with certain things. But some people also use that as an excuse to be super blunt and careless with the way that they say things.
And think they're being real.
Right. It's like, I'm just being real. No, you're being a bitch.
You are.
You're being a bitch.
A bitch. I don't like those people. The people that are like overly blunt, or the people that think that, oh, I'm just going to say it like this because this is what it looks like. Not everything is black and white. Yeah. Difficult conversations oftentimes require precise communication. Be careful with how you talk to people because you'll never know how somebody's going to react. Yeah. I've had people say things to me that don't even know me like that, not even knowing like, yo, your fucking face, like you're really about to take me to a place that you've never seen me in before, so I don't even know why you thought that'd be appropriate. If you don't got nothing nice to say,
don't say it. Don't even think it. Just
don't even think it.
Keep that shit to yourself.
That shit. Or go the other way if you see me coming this way. Seriously.
So, because we just talked a little bit about boundaries and things of that sort, I wanted to play a little bit of a game with you.
I like games.
Okay, so the name of the game is Toxic or Timeless. Okay. So I'm going to name a relationship or friendship habit, and you have to say whether or not you think it's toxic or timeless and why.
Let's do it.
Okay. So keeping in touch with your ex.
Toxic.
Why?
They're your ex for a reason.
Okay, period. Blocking someone after an argument.
Ooh, that's a hard one. I'm going to say that's timeless because protecting your peace. Sometimes that's necessary as long as you're not going back. But if you're one of them people, I'm going to just block you tonight because I don't want to hear what you got to say tonight. I'm going to unblock you in the morning. That's toxic as fuck. That's mad toxic because laying the bed that you made, I promise you that's probably not your first toxic moment. You got to see it through. See it through.
Cutting someone off without closure.
Timeless, because oftentimes not every situation has an answer. You may never get closure. Sometimes you can't get closure. I'm in that situation right now with my parents. Like, you just can't get closure from certain situations. And I'm not saying just have acceptance, but that answer that you're looking for, that gratification that you think that person is like holding out on you, they don't even see it. So you best believe you need to carry on.
Posting subliminal quotes on your story.
Toxic. Because bitch, tag me. Who you talking about? Tag me. And if I'm saying something about you, I won't post it. I'm gonna send a text. That's
bitch, you
toxic.
know I'm talking about you. I don't need to tag you, ho. You know what the fuck is going on. I don't need to do that. You know what the fuck is going on.
Especially if it's a friend. Yes, no, you know what the fuck going on. But I feel like now I'm so protective of my personal space and stuff. If somebody do something in my immediate circle to hurt me, I can't go on social media and post something.
Yeah, because no, that's too messy. Then it's the other people in the circle like, wait a minute, did you see what Rai just posted? Did you see what Cody just posted?
And then you got the little like
yeah.
instigators. Who's this about, friend? Who you talking about? And now
But
you just made a whole thing.
I don't know. I don't usually do that. I'm not gonna lie. I did that recently though, but those are my close friends, and I done kicked the bitch out, so I didn't really care.
Are you seeking closure from that situation?
Nah, I got my closure.
Oh.
I'm good. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care.
Has there ever been a situation that you didn't get closure from, but it was still fine? Like, you just let that shit go? Or you always get yours?
I feel like if I care enough to have that conversation with you, I know in the back of my mind that will more than likely be our last conversation. So that's my closure for me. There's been times though where I didn't get that closure. Sometimes I didn't need it though. But there was a time where I didn't get that closure, and I really wish I would have had it at the time. But looking back now, I'm glad I didn't get that closure. I don't think it would have changed anything, quite honestly. So I think shit still would have simmered and went on the way it did, and make a difference.
And that person's clearly incapable of giving you what you need.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Giving second chances.
I'm not even gonna pretend like I'm stuck in between this. Old me would have been, fuck that. That's toxic. Do right by me the first time so I don't gotta give you a second chance. Like, man, everybody do make mistakes and stuff, but it's like there's such a thing as an honest mistake, and you just fucking playing with me, man. This one is personal for me.
Right.
Toxic.
People be like, it's not personal. Yes, the fuck it is. You doing it to me.
Yes, the fuck it is. You doing this to me again because I gave you a second chance the last time you did this. Like, yo, no, fuck a second chance, because I promise you, if like you meet somebody new and you show them like, yo, I'm really not going for that shit. If you do that shit, I'm not fucking with you. They're not gonna play in your face, bro. Yeah. And if they do play in your face, it's because they didn't care. Don't get me started. Don't get me started, please, please, bro. Fiesta in my face, yo.
Let me see. Outgrowing friends and not explaining why.
Toxic if that friend cared enough to spin back and ask what's going on and you don't explain. Everybody, like, you can outgrow friends, of course.
Yeah.
But outgrowing friends doesn't mean you don't have to speak to them anymore. You don't wish them happy birthday anymore. You don't invite them to outings and stuff like that. Outgrowing friends could simply mean, hey, my life is going to another level where I have to focus on this avenue. I still love and I care about you, but we can't be on. Well, I personally just can't be on that right now. Right. Still love you, though.
Yeah. Matching energy.
I take this shit to hell, but yeah. Match energy. I'm gonna match your energy. I always energy, body language, communication. If I see you, if I see that you're angry on the walk, and if I see that you're pissed on the walk, and I'm trying to speak to you, you're giving me attitude. Well, now I have a fucking attitude, because you're killing my vibe. You're ruining the general vibe. I always match energy, but that's like a fear of mine. It's like a double-edged sword, because like there'll be times where I'll be going through something and I'm just fucked up. I'm sad or I'm upset or like I'm just genuinely giving off negative energy. And I'll remove myself. People oftentimes think like you should talk to people, you shouldn't remove yourself. Sometimes I personally feel there isn't a communication with everything that you're going through. Yeah. And I don't like radiating bad vibes. There will be a day where maybe I'm going through something, I'll give you a call and say like, hey, like you're probably not going to see me posting for a while. I'm going through such and such. But it's like, I don't like being around people because it's apparent. It will rub off on people. If people know me as this go-lucky social butterfly, but in this party I'm mean-mugging, like I want to shoot somebody, it's like, dang, maybe you might. It's not everybody. Not everybody's easily thrown off by other people's vibes, but I think a lot of us do have like empath natures where we feed off of each other's vibes. When you happy, I'm fucking happy, Dre. Yeah. So it's like if I see you sad, you got to figure out what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. So you would say matching energy is a timeless thing, yeah?
Timeless, yeah.
Okay. Staying cordial with people you've distanced yourself from.
If you it has to be toxic, because in the end you did take that distance for a reason. I guess it's not if you're establishing that appropriate distance, but no. I had to take distance from you for a reason.
Yeah.
It's going to stay like that, clearly, because once again, talking about what we spoke about in the beginning about boundaries and stuff like that, if you didn't need that boundary, you wouldn't have never said it.
Right.
Rules and boundaries.
All right, we got one more because we kind of went through one of them already. Cutting family off for your mental health.
Timeless. And I'm so family oriented. I'm so for the 2-parent households. I'm so for rekindling and staying with your loved ones. I'm so for that. But your first toxic experience definitely comes from at home. Whether that be with your parents, whether that be with a cousin, sibling, your first toxic experience happens at home, and that can really make or break how you carry on with like the rest of your connections. They'll say, you have to stay with family. Family has to stick together. How can you stick together with family that only wants to see you lose? How can you stick to a family that only tears you down and never picks you up?
Yeah.
How can you stick with a family that doesn't uplift you even when you're at your best? Nah. Protect your peace at all times, because in the end, you can make your own family. You can make your own community. This friendship is past friendships. You really my sister. This is really my sister, y'all. Like,
literally.
And my sister don't make me feel bad when I do shitty stuff, and I tell her that I do shitty stuff. She doesn't shit on me while I'm down.
Right.
Whereas your family, they think just because we're blood related, we're family, they gotta rock with me.
And you got an invitation to say and do as you please. That's not how that shit work.
Like, they're supposed to just poison you with something horrible that they said to you, and you're supposed to just be okay the next day.
Now, if you do something shitty, I'm not gonna sit there and not hold you accountable. Like, should you have done that? I'm always going to hold you accountable, but I'm not going to shit on you in the process of getting you to figure out if that was right or not.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
And family typically knows, like, hey, I'm being a little too extra, or I took it too far. Because, you do have those family members that will apologize to you, that will say that my actions were inappropriate. But I come from a Caribbean household, y'all. Accountability's been missing since, like, the beginning of time. Like, I just get a plate of food and a good night, or an I love you. I don't get the I'm sorries and stuff like that, and I carried a lot of that with me into my adult age and stuff, and you got to be the one to break that cycle. So no, timeless. Cut that family off if they fucking you over. Cut them off.
Period. Okay, so now I want to get into a little bit about some habits that we have, since we talked about little relationship habits. What are some habits that you had to realize were not going to benefit you any longer? Things you decided to just let go of, or you even if it's recent and you haven't done it yet, but you came to that realization.
It's unrealistic to say, but being dishonest and deceitful, essentially. I know it's a no-brainer. You're not supposed to be dishonest in a relationship and stuff like that, but people lie every day. Even if it's a tiny teensy little
lies,
lie, you lied. It's a lie anyway. Even if you're doing that to protect somebody's feelings, you lied. So it's I've learned that sometimes it's better off just speaking the truth, even if it doesn't benefit you or not. I've had situations where I had to say something that was very, very hurtful, but in the end, the person was like, "Thank you for being honest with me." It don't feel amazing, but it's I definitely don't think the dishonesties and lies, because once you set out a lie, you have to upkeep that lie, and it's essentially living on a lie. Why would you ever want to live on?
And you gotta remember who you told, how you told it, what details were involved, because the person gonna bring it up, and you're gonna be like, "Fuck you talking about? I don't remember that." Because you lied. It wasn't real.
It wasn't real. And some people lie so much that they don't even realize or remember that they fucking lied.
Yeah.
So it's being honest with myself, or being as honest as I could be on a daily with my partners, with my family, with my friends. It kind of helped me figure out my sense of self and who I am. Because if you can't even be real with yourself, you can't be real with other people. Who are you? What are you? Who are you? So honesty, I would say, was one of those big things for me.
How do you feel about people using your past dynamic with them to ease their way back in, to spin the block?
Oh, an ex trying to come on back, we had a good thing, let's go at it again.
Yeah. If you and Xavier fell out God forbid today.
This is my best friend, y'all. Xavier, shout out Xavier. This is my best friend. Same elementary school, same middle school, same high school. Still my friend to this day.
Period. God forbid y'all fell out today, and 6 months later, and he's the one that fucked up, or y'all fell out over something mutual, and he spins the block on you, and is like, "Yo, let's go see Playboy Cardi, like we always do. Let's go to Coachella and see him. He's headlining. Would you go with him?"
While that sounds lit as fuck, and it do sound like a damn good time, I would kind of have to put the brakes on that, and I would have to like bring up that uncomfortable topic of like, hey, what the hell was that about? Like, we can't really move forward and progress until you kind of like address that. And
right.
Personally, from what I've been saying today, if that person can't take that with you, you need to stop speaking to them. But then again, we're talking about my best friend. I'm not going to sit here and cap and say I might not push that boundary a little back, talk to them further, trying to establish like what's going on, why we like this, how we got here. But the right answer would be no, it's not happening.
Have you had people try to spin the block and use like your past relationship with them?
All the time. I have exes that have told me my mom misses you, my dad misses you. Like, they think you were really good for me. Yeah, but did you tell them how you weren't good for me?
Right.
I bet you didn't. So, yeah, I've definitely had people try to spin the block, and I stood firm and tall, y'all. That self-respect of if you did right by me the first time, you wouldn't have to spin back. You'd still be here.
Yeah. How do you know when a relationship is worth salvaging?
Well, from the perspective of like a guy, when like talking to a girl, oftentimes it's a common trait in women. I'm not gonna say to put themselves first, but it's like society has kind of I think it's society's to blame. Society has kind of like taught women to be like unrealistically strong sometimes, even in situations where they don't have to be. Like, I feel like nowadays you'll find a woman who's constantly has her guard up, super independent. And I'm not here to knock the independent women, because it's like, get yours, ma. Get yours, because best believe there's people out here not doing nothing. But it gets exhausting. It gets hella exhausting. I've had tons of females tell me, like, yo, I wish it didn't have to be like this. Yeah. I wish I didn't have to be like that. So, like, no, essentially.
Jesus. How do you know when a relationship is worth salvaging? So like romantic, not romantic.
With like a woman now, as a guy, I know a woman is like worth it if like she's putting me first when she doesn't have to, or like she listens and moves with grace with me, in the sense of I vent to you, I tell you about the things that I'm not cool with, or I tell you about the things that I can't handle, and you never put me in those situations, taking my feelings into account. That's my biggest turn on. Knowing that you're thinking about me, and you're thinking about me in the nicest way, because it's free. It's free to be nice to somebody. I'm not asking you to buy me anything. I'm not asking you to take me anywhere. I'm not asking you to make me in a leather jacket, y'all. Just being conscious of my feelings, taking my feelings into account with every day, with how you move. Like, hey, we're at a bar and some guy comes up to you and talks to you. Hey, can't do that. Like, I'm sorry, I have a boyfriend. You doing that because you know I wouldn't like that. You not giving him the Instagram because you didn't want to be rude or anything like that. I love that, because you thought about me and you applied that to your own ethics and morals. I feel like somebody that can take the things that you're not really going for and apply that to their own lifestyle, their own likelihood, and there's no and there's still like chemistry. That's how you know that relationship is worth salvageable.
Yeah, I feel like if I feel seen by you, and there's things we can work out, like these aren't things that are end all be all, and we can work it out. I feel seen by you. I feel heard by you when we do talk about these things. I think there's worth putting in effort.
Like standing on principle, showing me respect, or being respectful of me even when I'm not in the room. That's amazing. Yeah. Like somebody that just will not have you looking stupid.
Yes.
Like cares about your image like it's their own. That's how you know you got the one.
I'm really big on like if I'm not in the room and some shit is said about me, and you're there to witness it, I need to hear how you like stood up for me while I wasn't there.
They
like,
said this about me.
They said, oh, Cody, blah 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 said blah 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 about blah 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 blah. Okay, and what did you say
when they said that about me?
Right. Were you sitting there listening and being like, oh, that's crazy? Or were you saying, nah, I'm not going for that. Cody's not here. If you want to say that to him, I could call him right now.
I'll pick up.
I'll call him right now. My homegirl Rachel, love her down. Shout out to you, Rachel. Shout out to you, Rachie. She will call me in a heartbeat. Like, so-and-so said X, Y, and Z. Do you want me to throw you on a call with them, or how you feeling? I said, girl, you don't need to throw me on no call, but I appreciate that. But she was like, yeah, girl, because I'm going to tell them that I just called you. She going to do it every time.
Yo, shout out Rachel, man, because you don't get that everywhere. People don't understand that either. You don't get that sense of respect everywhere. Protect my name when I'm not around, and I'll love you forever. I promise.
Yeah. Yeah, people just think it's enough to do it like in person. It's like, no, I'm protecting you. Even if I don't fuck with you anymore and people is talking about you, I don't want to hear that shit. Cut that shit out. I don't want to hear it. Unless, even if I feel like you did me really dirty. I've been in rooms where people are talking about bitches that have done me dirt. And I could probably chime in with 1,001 stories that gonna eat up everything they just said, but I don't do it. Because I wouldn't want anyone to do that to me. I'm not doing bitches dirt though, so that's never gonna happen. 2, I don't feel like what do you gain from talking shit about this person that's not even here to defend themselves? What you gain from that?
You see so much of this with guys, bro. Like, it's never on-site facial disrespect. It's always when you're not in the room. Like, men, they really do gossip just as much as women. It's just, I'll give it to y'all. A girl see a girl she don't like across the street. They might do that. I'm not saying guys not going to do that, but it's like, you'll be surprised how much pillow talking really does go on. And then when you find out, it's like, oh, my bad. I didn't mean to.
Right.
People will double back, and that's just...
It's like, no, I didn't. Yes, you did.
Now we're not friends anymore. Sorry, not sorry.
How do I approach this question? I feel like when you have a falling out with people, they tend to think that it's beef, or like, oh yeah, me and Jeray's beefing right now, or me and Cody beefing right now, we not cool. It's like, I don't have beef with anyone. I don't beef with people, but I feel like there's a mutual understanding that we don't rock with each other, and that's okay. I don't think that it needs to be weird tension and argumentative every time we see each other. I feel like I could see you and it's, hey, how you doing? Or even just like a little nod. And it shouldn't be, oh yeah, we're beefing and you going around telling people we're beefing. No, that's never the case. I don't beef with anyone. I just don't fuck with you. I don't rock with you.
And all that comes from like poor communication, lack of accountability. Like, people will rather say y'all are beefing than to just take it up with you and ask what's going on. Yeah. You're saying we're beefing just because I'm not talking to you.
Doesn't mean we're not beefing. Yeah, it doesn't mean we're beefing. I don't have anything to say to you. We're not talking because I don't have anything to say to you.
Legitimately. And it just sounds like now that you're going around telling people that we're beefing that it bothers you way more than it's bothering me. Mm-hmm. Because I didn't start that. You telling people we beefing, and when they come and ask me why are y'all beefing, it's like, oh.
I didn't know we was beefing. My fault.
I just gave that person a break because they've been wilding. And they never tell you what happened. It's never an honest story.
They never tell the whole story. They might tell like a tiny piece of the story, or they might drag it out or lie. Straight up just lie.
Lie, because they're fucking liars. Lie.
But I've heard people explain to other people why we don't talk anymore. And I'm like, that's not why we don't talk. So you wasn't there for that part of the conversation where I was telling you why I will not be talking to you. Like, it's not about that. It's about this. A lot of people also think it's like the situation itself that might lead you to stop fucking with them. And it's like, no, it's the principle. It's like why you moved the way you moved, how you moved the way you moved, everything.
And if you're making me go against my principles as like a friend or somebody that I care for, you should know what's coming next.
Right. Knowing, like, if you're my friend for real, you already know, like, your time is...
It's dwindling.
It's dwindling. It's getting there. You should already know, like, shit. It's about that time. Jury about to cut me the fuck off, because I will.
Because I did that walk shit. And I think some people really do be embarrassed of their own actions too, which is why, like, when they do talk to other people, it's just easier for them to lie. Or it's just easier for them to say, oh, she don't like me because the inserts made up reason. Because it's like, no, you knew you were wrong for doing that, or you're embarrassed of yourself for doing that. And it's like, you just don't know how to take accountability.
Yeah.
I'm a super I'm sorry ass nigga. Even if it's not what you want to hear, even if that's not the solution, I also understand when apologizing that not everybody has to accept your apology.
Yeah.
But best believe if I did something wrong, I am so sorry for doing that.
Yeah.
Simple. 3 words. 3 words that some people just have yet to find.
I think some people are genuinely just allergic to accountability. Like, they just don't. And they know, like, that's something they would love if it was the other way around. But it's like, I don't know how to do that. Yes, you do. That's the first thing you learn how to do in, like, kindergarten. You learn how to apologize to other people. I'm sorry. And the teacher asks you why. Why are you sorry? Explain why you're sorry. This is shit that you learn from 5 years old. You telling me at your big grown-ass age you don't know how to apologize, you don't know how to take accountability. And it's not always just an I'm sorry, but, like, because I'm sorry don't mean shit if your actions don't change. Facts. Whatever you did or said, if it happens again, you're not sorry.
At all.
You're not sorry. You trying to put a Band-Aid over this big-ass gash that needs to be sewed the fuck up for real.
Band-Aid over a gash for real, for real.
And the I'm sorry isn't going to do shit for me. I need you to fix it. I need you to fix it by changing your actions, not doing it again, something. You need to do something. But that I'm sorry is not always...
Or when they take too long to apologize.
Oh, Lord.
Like, when sorry would have been the solution for that situation.
Right, I would have taken a calm I'm sorry. But you want to take months and months and months.
Dragging your fucking feet like I did something wrong to you.
Yeah.
And now you come here with this worthless-ass apology, and you probably don't even remember what the fuck you apologizing for.
Yeah. Because
you were just too prideful to say it in a moment. Another thing, can't move with people that have pride. You can have pride and self-respect for yourself, but once you have pride with me and it's unjust, you're out of here.
A lot of people also, like, operate within, like, their ego. Like, they don't know how to, like, drop their pride, drop their ego when they're having a conversation. 100%. It's like, I need to be right. I need to be the most dominant person in this conversation. I need you to understand that I'm not standing down. It's like, why you want to have a stand down with someone that you're supposed to be caring about? I'm coming to you, trying to talk to you openly, honestly, and you just want to be...
combative.
Yeah. You just want to be combative. You just want to be right.
And people will oftentimes do that. They just want to see you break down and then just give them their way. You can tell, like, in life, well, with my life experiences, and I know you could tell with your life experience, when somebody's just kind of never been told no, or somebody's just kind of, like, been getting away with their shit for too long, like, they've never really met somebody to stand up on some shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, nah. I usually am that person in somebody's life. They finally run into me. They do some shit. And it's like, I loved you yesterday, and now you're wondering why I'm just not fucking with you at all today. Right. And it's because you showed me who you were.
And it's not even like I don't love you anymore. I can't rock with you the same way I once did, because now I see, like, all right, this isn't good for me. This isn't conducive for me. This isn't healthy. I can't rock with you. I still love you, but I'm going to love you from all the way over here, and you can stay all the way over there. Don't even think about looking over here. You can stay over there. But, you know, if I see you, it's no hate, it's no beef.
None.
I don't fuck with you. And that's okay.
Seeing how, not just like how I move with people, but seeing also how people move with others. Mm-hmm. Like, that mean bitch, you're mean to, like, all those people, but you're only nice to me.
Right. Sooner or later, you're going to start being mean to me too.
Oh, I got to go.
It's like, oh, but she's so sweet to me. Yeah, now.
Right now.
There's going to be a day where you really just do it for her, and she's going to do you in like she do everybody else.
You're not bigger than the program.
You're not. You're never bigger than the program. I promise you, you're not.
Those are the satisfying ones for me. Seeing people that think they're bigger than the program and they're not. You did me like that? I mean, you watch them do 20 other people like that. Mm-hmm. You're the dummy in this equation, really. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's always so funny, like, when you really show people, like, you standing on your boundaries with them, and they're shocked, like, so we really not gonna be cool again? No, we're not. We're not.
Also, I get offended because, damn, you really thought I was going to take you back after that?
You think I'm sweet, huh? I'm
damn,
not.
You must have thought I was soft. Like, dang. That's how I self-reflect sometimes. Like, dang, you ever seen
Why the fuck do you think I would ever go for that shit?
For real,
Do I play like that? Do it look like I play like that? No, I never played like that. And you know I don't play like that. You know I don't play like that. So why you think I'm going to just be cool with that? Come on now.
Come on. Pack it up.
You're done. So something I started doing is a word of the week that I feel kind of like summarizes what we talked about. I wanted to ask you what you feel is a word that embodies this episode.
And I'm getting this tatted on my birthday out. It's my little gift to myself. Perseverance.
Ooh.
Continue to persevere even when it doesn't make sense, because the second you stop trying, everything will really go to hell. You may think you're in your worst place now, but best believe the day you really stop advocating for yourself, the day you stop fighting for yourself, the day you stop speaking up for yourself, the day you just become complacent and acceptant of where I'm at, you'll really see what that hell looks like for real, for real. I cherish my time very much so that there's been times where I've been in rooms where I could tell, like, those people didn't have my best, like, case interest. But I did not allow that to discourage me. I still moved with grace and care for myself. I still continued to persevere. There were days in college waking up where I was depressed. Nothing made sense. I couldn't find the motivation to study or do anything, but kept going. Yeah. Eventually graduated, y'all. Failed one class, but didn't drop out after. Kept persevering. I feel like perseverance is just the most important thing, because you're going to have so much more losses before you start winning. And it's like, once you stop playing, you can't lose or win. And that's like, you know what I mean? Like, never stop fighting, especially as a New Yorker. Oh my goodness. You could do everything right your whole life. You could have moved with grace. You could have been honest. You could have been a stand-up person. And life is not rewarding. It's not giving. It may not.
Yeah, not always.
It may not, but, like, as long as you keep going, I promise you'll find that pinnacle where it's all paid off. The hard work will pay off. Continue to invest in yourself. Continue to push forward, even if you're by yourself, because it will pay off. Nobody will ever be able to take that from you either. Some people gain their success off the backs of other people, and it doesn't make them whole credible. Nah, stick to yourself, build yourself, and trust me, you're going to be able to just embody this power and embody this self of form that nobody will ever be able to diminish or take from you. Promise. Perseverance, y'all. Perseverance.
Okay, Cody. Last question before we go. What is something that you are learning, unlearning, or relearning when it comes to choosing yourself?
Something that I'm learning, unlearning, and relearning.
It could be one, it could be all three, it doesn't matter.
It's gonna be corny.
No, it's not.
But it's love. Love. The one thing that I personally think that makes the world go round. The real thing that makes the love go round. Like, put money aside, love. Learning to love myself. Learning to love others properly. It's been a lifelong journey, because there was, like, points in times where I thought I didn't deserve love, or I didn't deserve a certain standard to be upheld. But no, love. Love people the same way you would want to be loved. Treat people the same way you want to be treated.
That's a word. I believe in that too. I've been taught that since I was little, but a lot of people aren't.
They just didn't teach us that not everybody was loving back.
Yeah. I think something that I am learning when it comes to choosing myself is what my standards are. Like, I'm trying to learn, like, what my standards are. I'm still learning. I think, you think you know what your standards are until you're put in a position where
they're being tested for.
Right. So I'm learning what I will and will not allow, and I don't think the people really matter. It's just how I learn to communicate, like, hey, I don't like that.
100%. I'm glad you said the people don't matter, because this is all about you.
Yeah.
You don't need to talk about anybody else when we're talking about you.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, but that's your best friend. I don't give a fuck. Oh, that's your mom. Doesn't matter. if this is something that makes me uncomfortable, I'm going to express that, and you're gonna feel it.
Me first, y'all. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
All right, y'all. As always, I want to hear from y'all. So what's a habit or pattern that you do in your relationships that you want to let go of? Comment below, DM me, or share it on your story and tag at TMOGZ Podcast so I can share your response.
This was fun.
Yes?
This was fun.
I'm so glad you had fun. Thank you for joining me today.
I don't even think you realize the skill to just be able to carry a conversation. Oh, these people can't do that. Oh my gosh. These people can't do that.
I feel like it seems way easier before I stepped in the space, it seemed way easier. But even planning everything, I was like, oh shit, you actually got to put in a lot of effort into hosting and writing these episodes and being able to just conduct a conversation with another person and keep it going.
And it shows who really be thinking before they speak. Because you hear on camera, don't get me wrong, I keep it real with her. I be talking the same way how I be talking out on the street, but it's the power of the tongue, y'all. What you say is indicative of who you are and represents yourself. You got to be careful with the things you just put out there. Yeah. Especially even about yourself. So yeah, there's some crazy things about me that I can't let people know, but I'm still very self-conscious of the things that I say, whether it be to an old person, my parents, or a child.
Yeah. You know that, it's from some cartoon. Every time you say the power of the tongue, I think of the power within. The power within.
Dang, I'm blanking. Where's that from?
The power within. It's like an old monk or something, but it's like an animal. It's not. Oh my gosh, what is that from?
It's like a superhero show or something like that, I think.
I think so.
Big Hero 6 or something.
Something from Nickelodeon or something like that.
You said something earlier in the podcast. What was it? It was about you having self-respect for yourself and then people being surprised that you're standing on business. And that brings me back to that Boondocks episode when you're not talking to somebody and they're like, dang, what could he have done to make them niggas that mad? It's but you know what you did to me. You know. Just because I'm not out here in the street screaming, ripping my clothes off, you know what you did to make me that mad.
Right.
Yo.
You were there.
You were there.
Oh my gosh. But all right, thank you so much again for coming. I really love you. I really appreciate you.
It was a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And guys, if you guys enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to comment, and subscribe. Also share, because I've been telling y'all to share. Y'all need to share. Turn on those post notifications for all updates. And we're coming back at you, not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after. We're dropping episodes every other Tuesday. #TMOGZ Tuesdays. Be sure to follow me at Rai Rozay. That's with 2 I's and 2 Y's. And follow the podcast page at TMOGZ Podcast. And do you want to share your socials for the people to follow you? Or
Nah, you'll find me. Y'all gonna have to find me.
Okay, y'all gonna have to find him.
But if you guys do find me, tell me if you saw it from here. She's got a lot of stuff for you guys in plan this month. She has a lot of treats for you guys.
But yes, thank you so much for rocking with me, y'all. And I can't wait to see you later. Bye, y'all. Bye.